your host, Atia, with my fellow hostesses. So we have Dr. Colbert here. She has been over 25 years as a global HR leader, and she has many roles in technology. And of course, right now, currently, she works as a senior director at Google. And my favorite, she is a breast cancer survivor, a veteran. Please, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight. How are you?
I'm doing extremely well, and what a pleasure. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be speaking to all of you ladies and to your audience to have a spirited dialogue today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have a little fun.
Of course, let's do it.
Welcome, Dr. Jacque Colbert.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so to break the ice, I don't know if you were in the audience during Hot Topics, were you?
Kinda, I'm a bit nosy, so yeah. I was catching it.
Yes, so there's something that my fellow co-host asked. What is your signature karaoke song?
Well, what if I told you I didn't necessarily have a karaoke song,
Oh.
but I do my own little rap sometimes?
Okay. You open the door.
There might be a little inner rapper with me.
Yeah.
Because,
Y'all ready to do a beat?
Yeah.
All right. Y'all ready?
But you're gonna have to go because I also drum. I'll go me head me toe my body a rap me live in a house me live in a flat band in my crack Jackie a chat
Hey.
young na healthy wicked a rap singer she go my na ask me na tell me no chat just say that Miss Brown me rock no na vampire but watch it down sala for that nigga that making a taking me Jehovah.
Let's get up on that one.
You gotta have fun in
Another
life.
dimension. That was called another dimension.
We're talking about breast cancer shit. I've got a lot to be happy about.
So, well, speaking of breast cancer, congratulations on that, beating that devil. So, what I read about you, which inspired me, was it's not just about surviving breast cancer, but it's about after. I have family who also survived breast cancer, but until I read your mission, I never thought to ask them what are challenges they have aftermath.
Yeah. It's interesting in that for me, having gone through a year of chemo, 35 rounds of radiation, and then you get a clean bill of health, and all of a sudden your oncologist says to you, you're good, you don't have to come back and see me. And let's think about the psychology here, because
exactly.
You're seeing this person every week and they're checking in on you, and then all of a sudden,
It's like breakup.
okay, Jesus, yeah,
It's like breakup.
it is.
Oh, wow.
And there's
Doctors don't get that. It's like breakup.
It really is. And there's a certain level of trepidation that can creep in if you're not careful about your psychology. So I talk about positive
Tell
psychology
me more
quite a
about
bit. Oh, are you
Okay,
interested?
Yes.
I'm leading
You got it, babe. You got it, babe. Come
Yeah,
on.
we're leading
You
in.
got to mind your mental, baby.
Tell me
Mind
about
your
that.
mental. So positive psychology is really about one's perspective and how you look at life. In curating sipping positivity, it wasn't just about a platitude. It was having those visual reminders for those days when you may not feel it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because as positive as I am, I'm like everybody else.
Yeah.
What gets you up? Because it's that many rounds of radiations, and God bless you, because I don't want to go through that. I can just
Nobody
totally
does,
imagine,
right? Yeah, it's terrible.
how, because it's just sort of like it. I'm a hypnotist. I'm also a counselor, right? And I've always just preached. It's like you gotta plan those bad days to get over the hump, because it's just a damn hump.
That's right.
I said, excuse my language, baby. You know what? And it's just because you got to remain positive on what you want
That's right.
and what you're chasing.
I think there's a duality.
Yeah, good one.
There is positivity, and then there are journeys that we have to go through in life. And what I say to myself, even on the days when I'm in my home office, as I walk from the back to the front, I often say, okay, all right, Jesus, I'm not feeling it, but come on. Showtime, baby. Let's rock and roll.
Right.
You signed me up for this, or you actually signed off on it. You might not have wanted this, but you said, okay, my girl can handle this.
Yeah.
So let's go. Showtime.
Shout out to you.
And so I say that to also say this. Even in the negative times, one can find positivity because there's a lesson to be learned.
That is correct.
And so you have to ask yourself, what should I be getting out of this? And as mad as I am right now, and I'm spitting hot grits, I'm gonna deal with this, and I'm gonna help somebody else
Speaking
in the
about hot grits,
process.
you like grits? You like shrimp and grits?
But you know what?
Are you hungry?
Can I, let me be.
Baby, I'm always hungry, so I'm at one point. I love to cook some food. Go ahead.
She just made me hungry because I do intermittent fasting.
And we are.
We do serve shrimp and grits here.
Which has a wonderful shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
I'll try the shrimp and grits, please.
Please.
I do like shrimp and grits, but I'm pescatarian for the most part. That's a byproduct of.
That's the way.
Now, I just want to put all of this in context to an extent. And so, with your backstory, you were diagnosed with breast cancer at 14 years old, right? A lot of people don't even have breasts at 14.
Well, not quite at 14.
Okay.
You know, I'd like to say that I kind of look like I was 14.
Okay.
I'm a 14-year breast cancer.
Okay. All right. Apologies. I know.
It's okay.
You don't even
It's
have
okay.
titties all the way.
I-
Okay.
No,
Thank you
it was
for clarifying.
kind of flat. Yeah. at
Yeah.
14 years old.
Live.
What has happened at second base lately is a different story, but it was flat. It was flat.
14 years of survival.
Whenever
Okay.
you were talking and you mentioned how you were telling yourself, come on, it's going to be hard, but we got this. You are being your own coach. Do you know how hard it is for people to be their own coach and inspire themselves just to get up in the morning? So that really inspired me that you are that type of woman. And I love you for that. Like,
Listen, first of all, thank you. Gratitude means a lot to me, and I don't play around with it. Even the opportunity to be here in the studio with you, to spend time, and to feel the energy that you're giving off. Energy doesn't lie. I'm digging it like a grave.
Okay.
Never skip what's on your resume, because here's the backstory. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I'm an immigrant. My parents migrated from British Guyana, went to school in New York, had a scholarship to NYU. Large family, there are 8 of us. I have 7 siblings. We had a 2-bedroom apartment. All 8 kids were in that apartment. And so as I was in school for 1 semester, I thought that life for me and the experiences that I needed to have were much bigger than Brooklyn and New York.
Amen.
I didn't really know what it was. I
But
promise
you
you,
know,
I was
you know.
very naive, but I had an inner knowing and something was
Yes.
just gnawing at me. So guess what I did? Wait for it. I dropped out of college and I joined the United States Army.
Okay. I feel you. I follow.
Now,
That's money.
if you understand Caribbean parents, that's not what you do.
no.
Because it's about pedagogy and education. You're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, one
Yeah.
of those things,
Oh, baby,
right?
it's still the same in the Asian culture.
Oh, talk
More
to
so
me.
now.
Talk to me. I spent a year and a half in
Yeah,
Korea.
okay.
I know how to say, yo, we don't play.
Yeah, don't play.
Yes. Best decision I ever made for my career, because I was disciplined as a child, but the military gives you a certain level of mental dexterity that's unlike anything else.
Wow.
And I believe that God positioned me, and I was uniquely appointed to be able to deal with the things that I had to deal with at the time being a single mom.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow.
Now, I know we have to wrap up. We don't have much time left. But let us know, how can we support you and your organization?
There are a couple of things that you can do. First, I want you to mind your own mental and take care of yourselves. You have to promise me that you will do that. Far too often, we extend ourselves so much that we don't take pause for the cause, and the cause is you. You're a VIP. You're the most important people. Secondarily, for those who are listening, know that Breast Cancer Awareness Month being October should not be a one-time event. Unfortunately, too many people, men and women, are being diagnosed with breast and chest cancer. I want you to join me on the journey. I ain't too proud to beg, so I need money. That's
All
So
right.
if you would, with the best of my being from a cellular level, please go to my website, www.sipping, positivity, positivity.org. And whatever you can, I want you to donate. Because we're using those funds not just for current care or for those groups that are underrepresented. we're using for aftercare. 14 years later, I still have neuropathy in my fingers. There's some days where I can't feel it, or you wouldn't know that my body is swollen today because of lymphedema. And so we're using funds beyond the confines of just regular care to help folks that are in need. I also want to make sure that you take care of your breasts and your chest. Please do your monthly breast exams. It's no joke. If you need an illustration, I'll come back in another show.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But thank you for asking the question. Support is needed by way of much needed funds. I would love to see you in any upcoming events that we have. Check out our website. The goal is to educate. The goal is to raise funds. The goal is to be in the community and put the money to work where it's needed, and knowing that you will have my commitment as someone who has had a lived experience, not just talking about it as hyperbole, but really having a vested interest in this work.
Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us. We truly appreciate it, Dr. Jacque.
Always
And
a
what's
pleasure.
your website? Say it again.
My website is www.sippingpositivia.org, because if you're going to sip, sip responsibly and sip positivity.
I love
All
it.
right.
It was an honor.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about, is it sipping positive tea?
It's sipping positivity. It's a
How'd
play
you
on
come up
words.
with, how'd you come up with
Positive
that?
tea.
Mhm.
I love that. Tell me the backstory of that.
So I've got a few girlfriends that ever so often we'll call each other and we'll say, "Girl, I got some tea for you."
Oh, yeah.
And I'm always down with the tea. So I was driving down Beltway 8 one day coming home when I was working at ConocoPhillips. And honestly, the Lord spoke to me because I was stuck in traffic. And somebody was calling me about the tea. Now, the way that I live my life and my brand has always been a positive one. And invariably, I said to this girlfriend on the phone, I was like, well, if you're going to sip tea and if you're going to give me tea, let's make it positive. And I started playing around with the words.
I love it.
Sipping
I love that.
positivity.
So what's the last event or an upcoming event that you will be doing?
So I've just wrapped up my annual Pink and Black Gala that's based
that
on.
was amazing.
Oh, you
I
were
had
present.
the
You were there.
honor.
Oh,
That was
nice.
amazing.
Thank you
It was
so much.
amazing.
Thank you.
I wanted to be there, and I was thinking,
Oh, that
so
room was
good.
filled with
Yeah.
Well, you better promise me you'll be in the
Nothing.
place next year
Oh, absolutely.
because we're already planning.
Oh,
Yeah.
And listen, again, gratitude is big time. I believe you know that your network really enlarges your net worth. And net worth is not always about money, but it's about people showing up at those critical times when you need them. It combines all of my F's. I love fashion.
Yeah.
I love good food, a little bit too much. I love fundraising. So
Yeah.
That was all
of
in
the
a
F's.
row.
And then there's faith, family, and friends. So it's a combination of all of those things coming together in a meaningful way to raise funds. We have local designers, and now it's broadening to others who really want to join in and join forces with us. We had Matthew Knowles as our keynote speaker, who is a chest cancer survivor.
Oh, really?
I did not know that.
Yes, and
Wow.
Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee is
Ooh,
one of
she
the
likes to
hardest.
talk.
Don't play with her.
But
Don't
she
let
bring it.
But I gotta
She
tell you,
brings it.
she works hard for the money.
Yeah.
So we just finished that up. We are in the process of taking time to plan intentionally about other key, smaller, more intimate things that we can do. But I think that there's a need to meet people where they are.
Yeah.
I want to do more about going out into the community, and I haven't fully flushed it out yet. I would enlist anybody's help who wants to join forces with me and say, I've got a better way that you can do this.
Yeah.
I might say not during the week, girl, because the day job keeps me busy, but let's talk on Saturday.
Well, can I have you look at the camera, look at the audience, and tell them where they can reach you or the organization one last time?
Absolutely.
Thank
I
you.
will restate our website again. First of all, audience, thank you for tuning in and for hearing what we're talking about, which is a very important story. Please check out our website. It's the best place to find us, www.sipping, positivia.org. And by the way, I'm an Instagram girl. So you can check out Sipping Positivity on Instagram, but you can also check me out at Dr. Jacque Colbert, DRCOL, well, Jackie first, right? Let's try that again. Bear with me, I'm so imperfect. DRJACQUECOLBERT on Instagram. I would love to see you. Come on through my feed. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for tuning in. This is the Session Talk Show, and we were honored to have you here today, Dr. Colbert. Thank you
Definitely.
so much.
My pleasure. Hey everybody, how are you? I hope you're doing well. It's Dr. Jacque Colbert. I am with sippingpositivity.org. You are watching the Session Talk Show with Cam Vision 365.